Welcome back for another video. Stamped concrete patios, pricing and process. Today we're going to talk about, average pricing and just the process of getting a proposal on a patio. Alright, so we have a checklist before you get bids. This is going to help you out tremendously. You want to know the location, size and layout. Please lay out with either spray paint, a hose, string, anything. Lay out where you want the patio. So often I see homeowners go and get, bids on it, and they're like, oh, I'm thinking about, starting at the door there, coming out, I don't know, 10, 15 feet, maybe going over here, maybe doing this. And you're not going to get 3 accurate bids that way. And then you might go with someone and they, do the patio. You're like, I thought I was going to go here or there. Have a plan so there's no confusion. Access, if there's any, especially for backyard. Front yard patios are becoming much more popular now, out the front door, and so people can sit there. But for backyard especially, access. If there's anything you can do to help the contractors, that could be removing a fence so they can get a bobcat back there, or just cleaning up an area, removing trees, anything to help them get in, you're gonna save lots of money. Then you got to pick the stamp, the color, and the sealer. And that's all stuff that's going to go over later. But now, for all of you that are just want to know what the price is going to be, I will show you that now. So this is for a 15 by 15, 225 square foot patio. Facing hours, these can vary. If you make the access easier, this price will go down. Concrete. So finding the yardage of concrete, you can take the square footage, divide by 80, and that'll give you the yardage. You're always going to add on, especially with colored concrete, because you don't want to run out. And then $250 a yard. Obviously, that's going to vary depending on if you do plain concrete, what color, how thick the concrete is. That's all going to change. Miscellaneous, that's just kind of pays for the wood and the forms. You got stamp rental. It is possible to ask your contractor if they have stamps in-house, and maybe you can get that option cheaper. Concrete labor, this is going to vary too depending on the stamp you pick, and I'm going to go over that later as well. So total cost plus profit 10%, $8,300. Again, I gave this here versus plain concrete. If I was bidding out a similar thing but just plain, a broom finish would be $6,700. So let's go over, I want to show you some stamps here. So ProLineStamps.com, this is just a stamp manufacturer. This website just laid out amazing, I believe. And most, you're going to be able to, most major cities, you'll be able to find some ProLine stamps in the area. So we have, these are just different deals that you can pop in the middle of your patio. Compasses are probably the most popular. Here you can go, there's magnetic stamps. These are kind of new. They do make the process really fast and easy. I do love them. I haven't even seen these before. These are all new. I've used this stamp at my house. It would really look good. And then you can also do the seamless, which I'll go over later. These are going to be a little bit cheaper of an option, which you'll find out why. These are probably my favorite, especially when you account for the price. Wood textures. I feel like these were new a little bit ago, but they're kind of been around a while now. You can see this. And then, let's see, pattern stamps. So you want a cobblestone. You can see these, and you can also click on them. And then we'll show you some other things here. All right, so let's get back to the slides here. So stamp options. Obviously there's other options, but these are the most common styles. You're gonna have a seamless or pattern. Seamless will be normally, depending on your contractor, a little cheaper because you can see the stamps are squared. So it's a lot easier to lay them out. Compared to the pattern stamps, you have to try and line them up. So you have all the stamps, you're trying to make them fit in these gaps perfectly, which takes more time. But go through the website, you know, that's something that you can just print off and say, I like this. Sometimes my customers will just Google a picture, find one that they like, and use that. So, all right, coloring. Integral color is what I try to push the most. That's mixing the color in the concrete truck. So as they're driving, you know, it's mixing the whole time. You're going to get a more uniform color, and it's mixed throughout the concrete. So like sometimes rock chips, you can still see some of the colors so they don't stick out as much. Acid color. So acid staining, that's going to be staying on top of the concrete. Normally plain concrete, you're going to stain on top of it. You know, that's kind of, you want multiple colors throughout the whole concrete. Or a lot of times they'll do maybe just that on the borders. Now acid stain is going to soak into the concrete, penetrate it, so it's a little bit more permanent than the water-based. The issue with the acid stain though is you're not going to get as much of a uniform color because the acid will be, you know, look different in more porous areas compared to non-porous areas of the concrete. And these are all things that you can just Google pictures and know what I'm talking about. Water-based. Water-based is going to get you the most uniform look, but it's not going to last as long. It's going to wear off much faster. Some people don't care about that. For instance, my mother does not care about that. She likes doing the water-based stain. So then, you know, basically you're going to look good for 2 years and then start to fade. But once the sealer wears off, you can go and stain it again. And she's switched up colors before just to get a new look. And she enjoys doing it. You know, staining concrete is very easy. You know, just got to make sure it's clean and it's not hard whatsoever. You know, homeowner can do it for the first time and do a great job. Now the highlight, that's going to be color that's on top of the concrete before it's sealed. So how I do it is I mix the color into a sprayer with water in it, and then I spray that on top of the concrete. And because of the water, you know, it's going to seep down into the lower areas and give the lower areas, the deeper areas of the stamp, a different color. So normally it's a darker color, so you get a little more, kind of makes it pop more three-dimensional. And then you wait for that to dry, then you seal it. So sealing, I'm not going to go too much onto this because honestly I'm not really an expert on it, like understanding, you know, the properties of the sealer, but I can just go over what I've used on this. You know, this is to add traction. You add some grit into the sealer. That's like a shark bite. So if you're going to be doing stamped concrete on a pool, or if you just want more traction, definitely add some grit to the sealer. It does work really well. And it's just a lot safer. Now, what you're going to lose out on is gloss. So if you really want a super high gloss, you're not going to be able to achieve that as well with the grit in it. But a tip for you is just go to your local concrete supply store, ask them about sealers, tell them what, you know, I'm doing a stamped and color patio, and, you know, I really want this look. Or maybe you have trees that have sap. Maybe there's a sealer that's better for something like that. Or maybe you're going to, you know, do it on a driveway and it's steep and you're going to have to use salt. So you can ask about salt guard sealers with stamped concrete. You know, these guys are experts. That's all they do is sell concrete supplies. You know, companies like us, we install it. We have some knowledge on these products, but nowhere near these people. That's all they do. So I would recommend going there. And maybe you'll even talk to your contractor and you'll, you know, just buy the sealer there. And most likely you'll have some left over and you'll just store it in your house. And, you know, 3 to 5 years, whatever down the line, you can just have sealer already to go and reseal it yourself. All right, so other, you know, are you going to do an outdoor kitchen, a hot tub, fire pit? These are all good things to have planned before you talk to your contractors and you're getting bids. Once again, so everybody's bidding the same thing. You also might weed out some contractors that are afraid to do anything like this. So you gotta know, do I need to run power? Do I need to run gas or propane? Fire pit inserts. Also, I should have added on this list, but like with a hot tub, a lot of times, know the hot tub you're gonna get. Then you can find out what's recommended for the hot tub. Is it 6 inches of concrete? 8 inches of concrete? Is 4 inches fine? Do you need rebar? Where's the power hookup for the hot tub? Does the hot power need to come in and stick out of the concrete? Are you gonna have it by your wall, your house, so you can just run it and not have to run it under the concrete? Have a plan. You're spending lots of money on this project and you want it done right. Thanks for watching. Let me know if there's any other questions or any other videos. Thank you.